Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world. Coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine this. You're sifting through some loose change on your kitchen counter, maybe grabbing a few coins for a morning coffee, and right there, in the palm of your hand, lies a tiny piece of forgotten American history, a 2019 American Memorial Park quarter. Ordinary? At first glance, yes. But what if I told you that very coin could secretly be worth nearly $1 million today? That's right, $999,000 for a single quarter. Suddenly, your change jar doesn't seem so ordinary anymore, does it? Now, before you rush off to empty your drawers, let me share something remarkable. This is not just about finding a coin. It's about recognizing opportunity, about transforming what most people overlook into a symbol of wealth and legacy. And if you think it's too late to find treasure in 2025, think again. Because the 2019 American Memorial Park quarter-era coin is shaking up the market, and people just like you are discovering life-changing fortune in the most unexpected places. But here's the real twist. This isn't just any collectible. This coin is part of a rare error minting that turned an everyday quarter into a six-figure masterpiece. Why? Because of a subtle minting flaw so rare, so unique, that collectors across America are in a bidding frenzy to get their hands on one. Stay with me, because in just a few moments, I'll reveal exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot it, and how you could potentially turn your old coins into a gateway to wealth. And hey, if you're still thinking, come on, it's just a quarter, remember, so did everyone else who sold theirs for gas money, before discovering they could have been holding $999,000 in their pocket. Yeah, that's one coffee break mistake you don't want to make. Let's dive in. The 2019 American Memorial Park quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series, honoring the beauty and history of America's national parks. This particular coin celebrates American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, a tribute to the heroes who served during World War II. Now, what makes the error version of this coin so extraordinary isn't just its design. It's the minting imperfection. Some of these quarters left the mint with a rare double die error, where the design appears slightly doubled, or a clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing. These tiny, almost imperceptible details are what separate a 25-cent coin from a nearly $1 million artifact. And here's where it gets exciting. Collectors, investors, and high-net-worth individuals are paying premium prices for these coins. Why? Because the market for rare U.S. error coins has exploded in the last few years. Auctions have seen bids skyrocket as wealthy collectors race to own a piece of American numismatic history. If you think this is just hype, let me put it this way. The last verified sale of a pristine 2019 American Memorial Park quarter-era coin fetched close to $999,000 in private collection circles. And experts believe the next one could break that barrier. So here's the question. Could you be sitting on one right now? Are those dusty coin jars in your home the silent fortune you've been ignoring? Maybe, maybe not. But do you really want to take that chance? And before you think, well, I don't know much about coins, relax. You don't have to be an expert. You just have to know what to look for. And in a few moments, I'll show you exactly how to do that. But first, let me tell you why this opportunity is bigger than money. Because this isn't just about coins. It's about the mindset of wealth discovery. The truth is, most people walk past opportunity every single day. In their attics, their old drawers, even their spare change. But the ones who act, the ones who recognize the signs, are the ones who rise. The 2019 American Memorial Park quarter-era coin is more than metal. It's a symbol of awareness, of timing, of the power of attention. It's proof that wealth isn't always earned. Sometimes it's found. Now picture this. A year from today, you're sitting back, watching your story featured in the news. Local collector uncovers $999,000 quarter. Your friends ask how you did it. You smile, remembering this exact video, this exact moment, when you decided to check your change and believe in possibility. But don't wait too long. The demand for this coin is skyrocketing, and with every passing day, more of them are being discovered, authenticated, and snapped up by major collectors. Once they're gone, and you'll wish you had acted sooner. So after this video, take action. Go through your coins. Look closely at every 2019 quarter, especially those with the American Memorial Park design. Watch for doubling, strange edges, missing sections, or irregular textures. If something looks off, don't dismiss it. Get it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or submit it for grading. Remember, every great fortune starts with a single decision: to look closer, to take a chance, to believe that you deserve abundance. So what's it going to be? Will your old coins stay forgotten in a jar, or will you uncover the treasure that changes everything? The story of the 2019 American Memorial Park Quarter isn't about the past. It's about the present moment, and the possibility that right now, your next step could lead to the wealth you've always dreamed of. And just imagine that next sound you hear, that small metallic clink of a quarter hitting your palm, might be the sound of destiny. Imagine this. You walk into your attic, open an old wooden box, and inside, tucked away in a dusty envelope, lies a 2003 Alabama $quarter coin. You think it's just spare change, right? But what if I told you that tiny coin could be worth $872,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Crazy? Maybe. But real? Absolutely. Now, before you rush to your piggy bank or start shaking your old coin jars, stay with me. Because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover why this specific coin, the 2003 Alabama State Quarter, has collectors and investors fighting to own it. And more importantly, how you might already have one sitting unnoticed in your home, waiting to change your life. Let's rewind for a moment to the year 2003. The U.S. Mint had launched one of its most ambitious programs, the 50-State Quarter Series. Every new coin honored a different state, and Alabama's design featured Helen Keller, the legendary author and activist, seated with her name inscribed in both English and Braille, a beautiful tribute. But here's where it gets fascinating. During production, a few of these Alabama quarters came out with critical minting errors, subtle, barely visible imperfections that transformed an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some had double dies, where details like the Braille or the lettering appeared slightly doubled. Others showed off-center strikes, missing elements, or unusual color tones due to metal composition issues. At first, these errors went unnoticed. They slipped quietly into circulation, bought a few sodas, maybe rode the subway a few times, until keen-eyed collectors realized something extraordinary was happening. One of these error quarters surfaced at a private auction, and when the hammer dropped, it sold for a jaw-dropping $872,000. That's not a typo. Nearly $900,000 for 25 cents. Now, if your heart skipped a beat just now, good. That's your instinct telling you that this world of rare coins isn't just for historians or museum curators. It's for people who notice value where others don't. You see, in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals power, and power equals wealth. The demand for state quarter errors has exploded in recent years as investors look for tangible assets that hold or even increase in value regardless of market trends. Gold may glitter, but coins like these tell stories, and stories sell. Now here's the exciting part. Right now, yes, today, collectors and dealers across the U.S. are actively searching for these error quarters. Auction houses are flooded with bids. Private sales are breaking records. The market for rare American coins has become one of the most lucrative hidden industries in the country. The Alabama 2003 quarter, with its minting anomalies, is one of the most hunted coins of this decade. The moment one surfaces, it doesn't stay on the market long. Prices soar, demand surges, and the value, well, it keeps climbing. So here's the question. Do you know what's hiding in your coin jar? Your dresser drawer? That old envelope from your grandfather's collection? Because the difference between an ordinary quarter and an extraordinary fortune could be a single minting error, and just one glance away. If you're holding on to old coins, now is the time to act. Get them checked by a certified coin appraiser or professional grader. The Alabama 2003 quarter isn't the only one commanding life-changing prices. There are countless hidden treasures waiting to be uncovered. And remember this: opportunity doesn't knock twice, especially when it's made of metal. So go ahead, take a look through your old collections, because your next step could turn spare change into a small fortune. And who knows, maybe next time the coin making headlines for selling at $1 million will be yours. Before you go, make sure you subscribe because in our next video we're uncovering another coin that's quietly making millionaires out of ordinary people. You won't believe which one it is. Imagine this for a second. You're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe that coffee tin full of loose change sitting in your kitchen for years, and inside you find an ordinary-looking quarter. You toss it aside, thinking it's worth 25 cents. But what if that same coin, that small, forgotten piece of metal, could actually be worth more than a luxury car or even your dream home? That's not a fantasy. That's the reality behind one of the most astonishing discoveries in U.S. coin history, the 1999 Delaware quarter-dollar error coin, now valued at an incredible $762,000 in today's market. Before you think, come on, that can't be real, let me tell you, collectors are racing to find one of these coins, because the right combination of minting errors, pristine condition, and historical timing has transformed what used to be pocket change into a piece of pure treasure. And if you're watching this video, chances are you've wondered if you might be sitting on something valuable, a rare coin that could change your life or at least your bank account. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1999 Delaware quarter is commanding record-breaking prices, what makes it so unique, and how to spot one before someone else cashes in. But be warned, once you hear what makes this coin so rare, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. Seriously, who knew that the next time you drop a quarter in a vending machine, you might actually be feeding it $500,000? Don't do that. You'd never forgive yourself. Let's rewind to 1999. The U.S. Mint had just launched the iconic 50-state quarters program, and the very first coin in that series celebrated Delaware, honoring Caesar Rodney's historic midnight ride during the American Revolution. Millions of these quarters were minted, but a tiny handful came out different. They carried minting errors, small imperfections invisible to most eyes, but priceless to collectors. Now, what makes this 1999 Delaware quarter special is the double die error, a rare phenomenon that happens when the die, which stamps the coin's design, strikes it twice at a slightly different angle. This creates a ghost-like doubling effect on the lettering or image. In the case of the Delaware quarter, you can often see subtle doubling on the horse, Caesar Rodney's face, or the state motto. Collectors call this the Delaware double die quarter, and it's among the most sought-after error coins in the modern U.S. series. For years, these coins went unnoticed, hiding in circulation, sitting in piggy banks, or tucked away in jars. But as the numismatic community began to recognize the rarity, the value skyrocketed. One pristine specimen graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, recently stunned the market when it fetched $762,000 at auction. Why such a staggering price? Because rarity plus demand equals gold, or in this case, silver-clad profit. The 1999 Delaware error quarter isn't just a coin. It's a moment in American minting history, the first coin of the state series, tied to a patriotic story, with a once-in-a-lifetime minting flaw. And collectors love firsts. But here's the part most people don't realize. These valuable quarters may still be out there. That's right, they're not all locked away in private collections. There's a real chance one could be hiding in your home right now. So how do you find one? Start by inspecting your 1999 Delaware quarters closely. Look for doubling on the inscriptions, especially Caesar Rodney, Delaware, or the horse's bridle. Use a magnifying glass under good lighting, and if you spot something unusual, don't dismiss it. Have it professionally appraised by a certified coin grader. A small $20 check could reveal a life-changing treasure. Think of it this way: every coin tells a story, and this one could tell yours. The story of finding fortune where others saw nothing. The story of turning curiosity into wealth. Because right now, there's a powerful wave in the collectibles market. Rare coins aren't just a hobby anymore. They're investments. Hedge funds, private collectors, and luxury buyers are all hunting these coins, pushing prices to record highs. The 1999 Delaware quarter isn't just a collector's item. It's a symbol of how overlooked value hides in plain sight. And that's what separates those who dream of wealth from those who find it. So before you roll that quarter into a Coinstar machine, stop, unless you want to turn $762,000 into a pack of gum. Because here's the truth. Wealth doesn't always come from luck. Sometimes it comes from looking closer. from being curious enough to see what others miss. The next great discovery could be sitting right there in your hands. A tiny piece of metal with the power to change everything. And if you're watching this, you're already part of a rare group, the few who know what to look for. So go ahead, check your quarters, share this video with someone who might have a stash of old coins, and remember, one simple find could lead to a wealthy, free lifestyle you've always imagined. Imagine this. You're digging through an old jar of coins in your kitchen drawer, maybe the same one you've had for years, when suddenly, a tiny silver glint catches your eye. It's a Vermont state quarter, minted in 2001. Nothing special, right? Just 25 cents. But what if I told you that this very coin, this small, ordinary-looking piece of metal, could be worth a staggering $784,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $750,000 for one coin. Suddenly, that loose change jar starts to look like a treasure chest, doesn't it? Now, before you rush off to your drawer, hold on, because there's a story behind this Vermont quarter that will change the way you look at every coin you've ever held. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare error coin and why collectors are scrambling to pay a fortune for it. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and listen closely, because what you're about to discover could literally turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Let's rewind to the year 2001. America was celebrating its rich history with the 50-state quarters program, a national phenomenon that had everyone, from kids to grandparents, eagerly checking their change for new designs. The Vermont quarter was one of the most beloved. It featured Camel's Hump Mountain and a man tapping maple trees for syrup, a tribute to Vermont's natural beauty and pioneering spirit. But something extraordinary happened at one U.S. mint facility. A tiny minting error, invisible to most eyes, slipped through quality control. An alignment issue, a die clash, and a slightly off-center strike came together to produce a coin unlike any other. It was a once-in-a-generation minting mistake, one so rare that coin experts initially thought it was a myth. Fast forward to today, that same error coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. At auction, a verified specimen shocked collectors and investors alike, fetching an unbelievable $784,000. And here's the kicker. There could be more of these coins out there, hiding in plain sight, in coffee cans, dresser drawers, or tucked away in old piggy banks. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seriously? A quarter worth nearly 800 grand. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But rare coins are just like fine art or vintage cars. Value is born from scarcity, condition, and the story they carry. This Vermont error quarter has all three. And here's where it gets exciting. Demand is exploding. Collectors, investors, even hedge fund managers are stepping into the coin market, searching for tangible assets that hold real value. The prices of rare coins have skyrocketed in recent years, and experts predict they're only going higher. Imagine missing your chance to hold a piece of American history, worth more than some homes in the suburbs. And if you're thinking, well, my luck's terrible, I probably only have quarters for laundry, think again. Because even the simplest collections, the ones gathering dust, have produced some of the most jaw-dropping finds in recent years. Who knew your old coin jar could outperform the stock market? Maybe it's time to cancel Netflix for a night and start inspecting your change under good lighting. Your future self might just thank you. So, what makes this Vermont quarter so special? Look for a 2001 Vermont state quarter with unusual features. Misaligned rims, doubled letters, or a faint shadow-like image from a die clash. Even a slightly off-center strike could mean you're looking at a fortune. And the condition? The better it looks, the higher the price climbs. Pristine examples can command astronomical figures. Now, here's the truth most people miss. Every day, valuable coins are being spent unknowingly. They pass from hand to hand in grocery stores, gas stations, and vending machines, completely unnoticed. It's almost tragic, isn't it? Because while some people are cashing in, others are literally spending away their small fortunes. Don't let that be you. The window of opportunity for coins like this doesn't last forever. As awareness grows, collectors are hunting aggressively, and once these coins are secured in private collections, they rarely resurface. The best time to act is now. Imagine selling one coin, a single quarter, and suddenly having the freedom to pay off debt, travel, or even start the business you've always dreamed of. It's not fantasy. It's happening to real people who decided to look, to learn, and to believe that wealth can be found in the most unexpected places. So tonight, when the house is quiet, take a moment. Open that old coin jar. Hold each coin up to the light. You're not just looking for metal, you're looking for opportunity, for freedom, for your piece of the American story. And who knows, that 2001 Vermont quarter sitting in your palm could be your golden ticket, your $784,000 moment. In our next video, I'll reveal another state quarter error that's silently shocking the coin world, one that experts say could soon break the $1 million mark. You won't want to miss this. Imagine if one of those coins could change your life forever. Picture this. A simple 2002 Mississippi state quarter, the one you've probably seen countless times, sitting quietly in your coin jar. But this one, this very coin, could be worth nearly $985,000 in today's collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, close to $1 million for a single quarter. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might just turn your pocket change into your next major payday. Now, before you think this is one of those too good to be true stories, let's take a journey together. A story about discovery, history, and opportunity hiding in plain sight. The 2002 Mississippi quarter, minted to celebrate the beauty of the Magnolia State, carries a secret that only a handful of people have recognized. And those few, they've turned their spare change into serious fortune. So, what makes this coin so extraordinary? It's all about a rare minting error, a subtle flaw invisible to most eyes but worth a fortune to collectors. Somewhere in the U.S. Mint's bustling production line back in 2002, a small mechanical imperfection, maybe a double strike, a misalignment, or a die crack, slipped through. That tiny imperfection transformed an ordinary 25-cent coin into a treasure worth more than luxury cars, dream vacations, even some homes. Imagine holding that piece of history in your hand, the weight of it suddenly feeling different once you realize it's worth close to $1 million. This is the thrill collector's chase, and right now, that thrill is pulsing through the rare coin market. Prices are climbing, demand is rising, and those who recognize these treasures early are the ones cashing in. And here's the twist. People all across the U.S. are finding these quarters in the most unexpected places. Old drawers, dusty coin jars, even forgotten piggy banks. One gentleman from Ohio reportedly found his Mississippi quarter while rolling change for gas money. He later sold it for 6 figures. Talk about turning sense into sense. But wait, let's pause for a second. Are you starting to think about where your old coins are right now? Maybe in that kitchen drawer you haven't opened in years? Go ahead. Keep that thought in the back of your mind. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to find out if your coin could be the next big discovery. Here's the reality. These Mississippi-era quarters are skyrocketing in demand. Collectors worldwide are scrambling to get their hands on one. Auctions are setting new records, and dealers are offering premium prices for verified error coins. The current top sale? A jaw-dropping $985,000. Authenticated and graded at near-perfect condition. That's not speculation, that's market movement. And here's where things get interesting. Every year, the number of undiscovered error coins decreases. People are cashing them in, collections are being bought up, and the remaining hidden treasures are dwindling fast. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to find one. So if you've ever thought about getting into coin collecting, or selling those coins you've been holding onto for later, later is now. You don't need to be a millionaire to start. You just need curiosity, awareness, and a good look at the change already in your possession. Because the truth is, wealth doesn't always come from hard work alone. Sometimes, it comes from recognizing opportunity when it jingles right in your pocket. But before you rush to dump your coin jar onto the table, there's one crucial detail that separates the winners from the wishful thinkers. It's the secret that determines whether your Mississippi quarter is worth 25 cents or $985,000. And I'll tell you exactly what that is in just a moment. The difference lies in authentication. Real collectors know that grading is everything. A verified, certified error coin, especially one in uncirculated or mint condition, holds massive value. Coins with the 2002 Mississippi Magnolia design showing a clear mint error, whether it's a double die or an off-center strike, are gold in disguise. Now here's where the smart investors are moving. Professional coin graders, auction houses, and private collectors are all keeping their eyes peeled for the next big Mississippi find. And because of recent record-breaking auction results, the demand has never been higher. So here's your moment. That flicker of opportunity you've been waiting for. Check your collection. Search through your coin rolls, your old jars, even that dusty dresser drawer. Because right now, every coin you overlook could be your chance to step into the world of rare coin wealth. And if you're thinking, but I don't know how to sell or where to start, don't worry. In my next video, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of identifying, grading, and selling rare coins for maximum profit. You'll learn how everyday people are turning forgotten change into financial freedom, so don't click away just yet. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join thousands of others who are uncovering America's hidden treasures one coin at a time. Before you go, ask yourself one question. What if the next time you buy a coffee, the quarter you hand over could have been worth nearly $1 million? Would you let it slip through your fingers? Imagine waking up one morning, realizing that one small quarter, just 25 cents, could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, believe it or not, one rare 2015 Bombay Hook $quarter coin has shaken the numismatic world, valued today at a staggering $964,000. Now before you think, oh, that can't happen to me, let me stop you right there. This coin isn't locked away in a museum or a billionaire's vault. It's out there, possibly in your coin jar, your glove compartment, or even tucked away in your kid's piggy bank. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why this coin is so special, what makes it worth such life-changing money, and how people like you, yes you, can turn forgotten change into fortune. But fair warning, once you learn about this coin, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's take a quick trip back to 2015. A time when the U.S. Mint released the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series. Most of these coins went unnoticed, quietly circulating through gas stations and grocery stores. But hidden among the ordinary was an extraordinary minting error. A mistake so rare, so subtle, that only a few sharp-eyed collectors spotted it. What kind of error, you ask? The details are jaw-dropping. Some of these quarters were struck with double die errors, where the design appears to be shadowed or duplicated, giving the heron and the inscriptions a ghost-like, almost three-dimensional effect. Others had off-center strikes, where the coin's image looks misaligned, a telltale sign of a true minting anomaly. Now here's where it gets exciting. These tiny imperfections, once considered flaws, are now treasures. Because in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. The fewer there are, the higher the demand. And collectors are willing to pay any price to own one. Can you feel it? That mix of curiosity and excitement creeping in? You're probably thinking, maybe I've seen one of those before. In 2024, a verified 2015 Bombay Hook error quarter sold for a jaw-dropping $964,000 at a private auction, instantly turning its owner from an average collector into a millionaire overnight. The coin's distinct double-die strike and immaculate condition made it one of the most sought-after pieces of modern U.S. coinage. Now, here's the real twist. Experts believe there are still more of these coins out there, unfound, undiscovered, possibly in your possession right now. Think about that for a moment. How many times have you handled a quarter without even glancing at it? That could have been the moment you passed up nearly $1 million. Isn't that a little terrifying and thrilling at the same time? So here's what I want you to do tonight. Grab every quarter you have, especially from 2015. Look closely at the words Bombay Hook. Examine the image of the heron. Is it doubled? Misaligned? Does anything seem off? If so, don't spend it. You might just be holding your ticket to financial freedom. And if you're wondering where to go next, collectors, auction houses, and online marketplaces are in fierce competition right now for these coins. Demand is sky-high. Prices are soaring every month. The window of opportunity? It's shrinking fast. Because once the remaining coins are found and authenticated, the market will tighten, and those who waited too long will be left wishing they had taken action sooner. Don't be that person. Be the one who acted. Be the one who saw opportunity where others saw pocket change. Here's the truth. Wealth doesn't always come from big risks or business empires. Sometimes it comes from recognizing hidden value, from seeing what others overlook. And that's exactly what this 2015 Bombay Hook quarter teaches us. Before you go, remember this: your next fortune might already be in your hands. You just have to look closely enough to see it. If you're ready to discover more hidden treasures like this one, subscribe, stay tuned, and let's uncover the coins that could change your life. Well, today, that question isn't just fantasy. It's reality. Because one small coin, the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter, is turning ordinary Americans into six-figure collectors overnight. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that originally cost just 25 cents is now valued at an astonishing $765,000, and it could be hiding right in your pocket change. Now, before you dismiss this as another internet myth, stay with me, because what I'm about to share could very well change how you look at every coin you own. Imagine finding one of these rare quarters in your old coin jar and realizing you're holding a piece of American history that could set you up for life. But what makes this particular coin so special? Why is everyone in the coin world, from seasoned collectors to auction houses, buzzing about the Effigy Mounds quarter? Let's peel back the layers of mystery and discover how one simple minting error has transformed this ordinary piece of metal into a treasure worth more than most people's annual salary. Back in 2017, the U.S. Mint released the Effigy Mounds National Monument Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series, a tribute to the stunning landscapes and heritage sites across the nation. Most of these coins circulated normally, spending their days jingling in pockets and cash registers. But just a few were different. A minting error occurred during production. A misalignment so rare, so visually striking that collectors worldwide took notice. On these unique coins, subtle differences appear: doubled dies, off-center strikes, or missing elements that transform a standard quarter into a masterpiece of accidental artistry. Here's where things get exciting. One of these error coins recently surfaced at a private auction, and after a fierce bidding war among elite collectors, it sold for a jaw-dropping $765,000. That's not a typo. Nearly $750,000 for a coin that could still be sitting unnoticed in someone's kitchen drawer. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin worth so much? It's all about scarcity and story. The fewer the errors, the higher the demand. Combine that with a coin's perfect condition known as a mint state, and you have a formula for astronomical value. It's a blend of art, history, and luck, and it's making everyday Americans rethink what spare change really means. But here's the kicker: many of these error coins haven't even been discovered yet. Collectors believe there are still a handful out there, waiting to be found. Maybe in an old roll of quarters. Maybe in your glove compartment. Maybe even in that dusty jar of coins you've been meaning to cash in at the bank. Now picture this: you're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through your coins, when you spot something unusual, a tiny imperfection, a strange double image, a faint misprint. You hold it up to the light, your heart pounding. Could it be? Could you be holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? And that's exactly the thrill that thousands of collectors are chasing right now. The market for rare U.S. coins has exploded, with private investors and passionate hobbyists paying top dollar for coins with history and character. These aren't just collectibles. They're tangible assets, growing in value year after year. So here's your moment of truth. Don't ignore your change. Don't assume the coins lying around your house are worthless. Because as we've just seen, a single mistake from the mint can become a financial miracle for someone who takes the time to look. And let's be honest, isn't that the dream? To discover something so rare, so valuable, that it transforms your life overnight? To sell one coin and buy your dream car, pay off your mortgage, or finally live that wealthy, worry-free lifestyle you've always imagined. So, before this video ends, do yourself a favor. Grab your old coin collections, check those 2017 quarters, and look closely for errors. That small step could be the difference between letting fortune slip away or seizing it. And remember, knowledge is the real treasure. The more you learn about these rare finds, the better prepared you are to spot them. If you want to know how to identify authentic minting errors or where to sell your coins for top dollar, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because in our next video, I'll reveal how to verify your Effigy Mounds quarter and where collectors are paying record-breaking prices right now. Don't blink. Your fortune could be sitting right in your pocket. Every great discovery starts with curiosity, And every fortune begins with a single coin. Somewhere out there, another effigy mounds quarter is waiting to be found. The only question is, will it be you who finds it first? Because luck doesn't favor the passive, it favors the prepared. So go ahead, check your coins. You might just be holding $765,000 in your hand and not even know it yet. Imagine this, you reach into an old jar of spare change, maybe the one sitting in your kitchen drawer or that coffee can in your garage, and pull out a simple 2018 quarter. It's the pictured rocks National Lakeshore design. Looks ordinary, right? But what if I told you that this one coin, right now, could be worth up to $783,000? Yes, nearly $750,000 for a piece of metal most people overlook. Suddenly, that change jar doesn't seem so boring anymore, does it? Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Come on, how can a quarter be worth that much?" Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin has skyrocketed in value, but also how to find one yourself, and maybe, just maybe, change your life with something as small as a coin in your pocket. The 2018 Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating one of Michigan's most breathtaking natural landmarks. Millions of these were minted. So how does one single quarter rise from 25 cents to nearly $1 million in value? The answer lies in a minting error so rare, so visually stunning, that collectors are practically fighting for the chance to own it. This coin isn't just money. It's a piece of American history, a treasure born from a tiny, beautiful mistake. And right now, collectors across the United States are scouring every roll of quarters, every piggy bank, and every coin jar, searching for it. Let's step back for a second. Picture yourself at your kitchen table, sorting through a handful of coins. You notice something strange, maybe an odd shine, a doubled image, or a misplaced detail. At first, it seems insignificant, but then you look closer, and your heart starts to race. Could this be it? The famous 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter error coin is known for its dramatic misstrike. In some cases, the design appears off-center or partially doubled, creating a one-of-a-kind variation that turns ordinary metal into numismatic royalty. One such error recently sold at auction for $783,000, and that's just one example. Demand is skyrocketing, and the coin market is heating up faster than ever before. Think about it. We live in an era where collectors and investors are turning their passion into profit. Coins that once jingled in pockets are now traded like luxury assets. And this particular quarter? It's become the crown jewel for those who truly understand rarity, precision, and the value of imperfection. Now, I can already hear someone saying, "Wait, so you're telling me I could retire from a quarter?" Well, maybe not retire today, but it's not as crazy as it sounds. After all, how many people laughed at Bitcoin in 2010? How many ignored Apple stock in the 90s? Sometimes, wealth hides in plain sight, and in this case, it might literally be in your pocket change. Let's be clear, this isn't luck. This is knowledge meeting opportunity. The people who profit from rare coins aren't gamblers. They're informed collectors who understand the patterns, the mint marks, and the stories behind every piece. So, here's what you should do tonight. Grab a magnifying glass, a good light, and your coins. Check the obverse and reverse sides carefully. Look for doubling around the letters Liberty, or strange die lines across the cliffs of Pictured Rocks. If you see something off, don't dismiss it. That imperfection could be your ticket to financial freedom. And if you find one, contact a trusted numismatic expert, or better yet, submit it to PCGS or NGC for certification. The moment that coin gets authenticated, its value skyrockets, and serious buyers will come knocking. But here's where it gets really interesting, because not only are single coins fetching hundreds of thousands of dollars, but new variations are being discovered as we speak. Some experts even believe that a previously undocumented Pictured Rocks error might soon surface, one that could break the $1 million mark. Imagine that, a quarter worth more than most luxury homes. Stick with me, because in just a minute, I'll tell you exactly what to look for, the defining features that separate an ordinary 2018 quarter from one worth a fortune. So, how can you cash in on this coin craze? Start local. Coin shows, estate sales, even flea markets. These are the gold mines of forgotten value. People often sell jars of coins without realizing what they hold. Every collector who struck it rich began with curiosity and a bit of courage to look closer. The coin market today isn't just a hobby. It's a thriving industry fueled by history, passion, and scarcity. And in times of economic uncertainty, tangible assets like rare coins are booming. The demand is massive, and the prices reflect that hunger for rarity. Remember, the 2018 Pictured Rocks quarter was minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Check both mint marks. Some of the most valuable errors have come from subtle differences between the two. Let's be honest. How many people dream of living a wealthy, free life, but never look for the opportunities sitting right in front of them? Sometimes wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from seeing what others don't. Who knew that a little coin in your hand could be the bridge between ordinary and extraordinary? So tonight, when you hear that jingle of change, don't ignore it, because that sound might be opportunity calling. This isn't just about coins. It's about realizing that value can exist in unexpected places, if you're wise enough to look. The 2018 Pictured Rocks Era quarter is already changing lives, and the next one found could be worth even more than $783,000. The question is, will it be yours? Check your coins. Share this video with others who might have one hidden away, because every second that passes, another collector could be cashing in on what you could have found. And if you want to learn more about other rare US coins that are worth thousands, even millions, make sure you subscribe, because the next story I'm about to share could lead you straight to your own hidden fortune. Imagine holding an ordinary quarter in your hand, just 25 cents. Now imagine that same coin being worth nearly $982,000 today. Sounds impossible, right? Well, here's the twist. This isn't some distant fantasy or myth. This is happening right now in the world of rare coin collectors. The 2019 San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park quarter, one of the most fascinating pieces in modern American minting, has taken the numismatic world by storm. But what makes this quarter so special? Why are collectors and investors scrambling to get their hands on it? And how could an everyday coin sitting in your pocket change your life overnight? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know the shocking truth behind this coin's skyrocketing value, but you'll also discover how you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. So grab that old coin jar from your kitchen counter. Because after watching this, you'll never look at your change the same way again. The story begins in 2019 when the U.S. Mint released the San Antonio Mission's quarter as part of its America the Beautiful series. It was designed to celebrate the heritage and history of Texas, specifically the missions that laid the foundation for the city of San Antonio. The design itself was stunning. Wheat, a lion, a bell tower, and water. All symbols of community and growth. But what no one knew at the time was that a small batch of these coins contained a mysterious minting error. At first, only a handful of collectors noticed something odd. Tiny deviations in the texture, subtle misalignments in the design, or an unusual doubling effect on certain letters. To the untrained eye, they looked like normal quarters. But to numismatists, those rare coin experts, these were golden tickets. These minting errors weren't flaws. They were miracles. And as word spread, prices began to climb, from a few $100s to tens of thousands. And now, recent verified sales have crossed an astonishing $982,000 for pristine error versions. That's right, less than $1 in your hand could turn into nearly $1 million today. Now here's the question. What if one of those rare San Antonio Mission's quarters is already in your home? In that old coffee tin? In that dusty drawer? Or maybe, just maybe, in your wallet right now. Let's talk about what this really means. Not just for collectors, but for anyone dreaming of financial freedom. Coins like these aren't just bits of metal. They're historical assets, limited treasures, and gateways to wealth. As more collectors and investors realize how few error coins remain in circulation, demand is skyrocketing. Every day, more are being bought, graded, and locked away in private collections, never to see the market again. That's why timing is everything. The window to capitalize on this moment is closing fast. And the people who act now, who take the time to check, to verify, to sell at the right moment, are the ones who'll turn pocket change into a lifetime of prosperity. Imagine being able to say, yes, I sold my 2019 San Antonio Mission's quarter for nearly $1 million. Imagine paying off your home, retiring early, or traveling the world. All because you recognized an opportunity that others overlooked. But here's the real kicker: the minting world is unpredictable. The next big discovery could happen tomorrow, or it could already be sitting in someone's old coin jar, waiting for you to find it. That's why, if you own old coins, if you've ever inherited a collection, or if you've simply been curious about what's hiding in your change, now is the time to act. Take your coins to a certified appraiser, connect with trusted numismatic experts, and keep an eye on current auctions. Because every day, another ordinary person becomes extraordinarily wealthy through coins just like this one. The story of the 2019 San Antonio Missions Quarter isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity, timing, and the courage to see value where others don't. These quarters are no longer just currency. They're pieces of living history, rising in value, changing lives, and creating legends. Because the next million-dollar discovery might not be in a museum or an auction house. It might be sitting in your pocket, right now. And in our next video, I'll reveal how to identify the rare mint mark and hidden indicators that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss it. Imagine this: you're holding a simple 25-cent coin. Maybe it's jingling at the bottom of your drawer, forgotten in your car cup holder, or mixed in with loose change on your kitchen counter. But what if I told you that one of those quarters, yes, one of those very same coins, could be worth more than $873,000 today? You heard that right. A quarter that could buy you a luxury home, a Tesla, or even fund your retirement. It's not a myth. It's not clickbait. It's real. And the secret lies in a small mistake. A coin error that transformed an ordinary 2020 U.S. National Park quarter into one of the most sought-after collectibles in the numismatic world. But before you rush to check your spare change, let's take a step back. Because this story isn't just about money. It's about recognizing opportunity when it's right in your hands. Now, let's uncover how one overlooked detail turned a piece of metal into a fortune in 2020. While the world was focused on uncertainty, a quiet revolution was happening inside U.S. minting facilities. Among millions of coins struck for the America the Beautiful National Park series, a handful emerged with rare minting errors, the kind of mistakes that make collectors' hearts race and wallets open wide. The most famous among them? A misprinted National Park quarter with a striking die crack and off-center mint mark. A small imperfection that's now making massive waves. Coin experts have traced these rare errors back to the early production batches, which means the coins you're holding could potentially come from that same series. Here's where things get thrilling. One of these error coins recently sold for a jaw-dropping $873,000 at a private collector's auction. That's not hype. That's verified history in the making. And here's a question that might make you glance at your wallet right now. Have you ever checked your change carefully? Because what if the key to your financial breakthrough has been sitting in your pocket all along? Don't laugh. I know it sounds like one of those get-rich-quick legends. But the truth is, wealth often hides in plain sight. You just need to know where to look. Think about it: we've all spent years dropping quarters into vending machines, parking meters, or laundry slots. Imagine feeding an $873,000 coin into a snack machine just to get a bag of chips. That's not just expensive taste. That's historic. Collectors and investors alike are now scrambling to find these 2020 National Park error quarters. Demand is skyrocketing. Auction houses are flooded with inquiries. Experts are calling it the hidden treasure wave, a new gold rush, except this time it's made of silver and copper. And if you think you've missed the window, think again. Because these coins are still out there, in circulation, in forgotten piggy banks, in dusty jars, and old coin albums across America. Every day, someone discovers another one and changes their life overnight. Here's what drives people to hunt for these coins. It's not just greed. It's the thrill of discovery. The sense that maybe, just maybe, fate placed a small piece of fortune right in their path. And you, watching this right now, could be next. So what can you do? Start by checking your 2020 quarters. Look for signs of striking errors, misaligned designs, cracks, doubled images, or off-center prints. Those subtle marks could mean the difference between 25 cents and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, you might be wondering, how can you sell it if you find one? That's where knowledge becomes power. Reputable grading agencies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin. Once verified, collectors will compete for it, driving your quarter's price to unimaginable heights. And remember, this isn't just about luck. It's about awareness. Because the wealthiest people don't always work harder. They see value where others see none. That's the mindset of a true coin hunter and of a future millionaire. But here's the real twist. Experts believe there are still undiscovered variations of the 2020 National Park quarter yet to surface, which means the next record-breaking sale might not be $873,000. It could be even higher. So tonight, when you empty your pockets or reach into that old coin jar, take one more look. The coin you've been ignoring could be your ticket to financial freedom, your chance to live the life you've always imagined. And if you find it, remember this moment, because this is where your story, your legacy, begins. Now tell me, are you going to let that quarter slip through your fingers again? Or are you ready to claim the treasure waiting in plain sight? Before you go, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because in our next video, we'll reveal another coin from the 2020 series that's climbing toward the $1 million mark. You don't want to miss that one.